And I got to tell you, the one thing that burned my collar was saying that it's in the dog's DNA to do that.
Right.
And I just couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand hearing that. I said, no dog is innately evil like that. That's learned behavior. And no one agreed with me with that.
Well, I agree with you completely. And I think it boils down to, again, awareness, because, people need to realize that any animal, that if it does feel threatened, it may lash out, whether it's a pit bull or whether it's a Yorkie. It doesn't really matter. And I think people need to kind of be more aware of those kinds of things, too, that they are animals, and so they're going to protect themselves aggressively if they have to, if they're in an environment that they're worried about that. But to specifically target people, I don't think that's in any animals.
No.
That's a learned behavior. That's not innate.
Definitely. Well, thank you again. Don't work too hard, but work hard enough so we keep seeing you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yes, that's good advice.
And we'd love to have you back in the future when you have more time.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Thank you, Hartley.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
You. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I love when people are passionate about, animals, because that's so close to my heart. And I know it is yours as well. We all treat you and I at least, treat our animals like children, like they're part of our family. And I will even kid around and say, and I don't even know if it's a joke anymore, to tell you the truth.
Well,
when I want Lexi to go over by my daughter, I'll say, Lexi, go by your sister, and she knows what I'm saying.
And she knows what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a joke. I think that's nice. And if she knows it,
yeah.
I think that's cuter yet.
Or I'll text my daughter, come up here and get your sister. She's driving me crazy. I need a break. And she'll come up here and get her.
I know. I do the same thing with the cats. I'll say, Amy, go get your brother. It's time to eat.
Right? See?
Mhm.
And with Jax, I don't even know. Sometimes I'll say, to Lexi, where's your husband? Where's Jax at? Or where's your brother? Because I don't know what they are in their relationship. They never told me. It's just what do they call it? Okay, another offshoot from parenting. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly. And I am still learning. Yeah. Because mine think they run this house. Of course, they're cats. Mhm. That's how cats are. They're the boss. Yep. Feed me, pet me, or I'll bite you. Yeah. Yeah. And what's funny about cats, too, is that I remember from my cats that I had, they're the type that, well, especially my boy cat that I had, if he didn't want to be bothered, like if I wanted to pet him, he would kind of like stick his nose up in the air and walk away from me like, I'll come by you when I'm ready. That kind of thing, Yeah. On their time. Right? It's so funny. Well, thank you to Hartley and for being so passionate and for trying to help pit bulls or any dogs of this world and anybody else out there that is doing the same thing. We really appreciate it. There's too many of them being put down, and they could be a great pet for somebody. Instead of going out and buying yourself a new dog, from wherever, a breeder or, a pet store or something like that, look into adopting a dog or a cat that needs your help, and please help them. I can't even say it in much. It like I said, it's so heartbreaking to hear about them all dying. And who was it that we had that 17,000 cats or dogs or something are put down a day? Who did we talk to?
That's William DeVry.
William DeVry, yes, another one that's very passionate about that. So I could not believe that number when he said it. That just blew me away.
I couldn't
either. Wow. Well, we'll have Hartley back another time when he has more time. As you can tell, he only had 30 minutes with us, but that's because he's still at work. So we need him to work so we can watch him on Y&R and anything else that he has coming up. Join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, David, 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yep, it's down there. 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay. For our guest, two-time Grammy Award winner and 9-time Grammy nominated, Janice Ian. She is a singer, songwriter, and also an author. And I'm very much looking forward to speaking with her as well, because this is another person that blows me away with what she's achieved in her lifetime. And to beat out President Bill Clinton, First Lady Hillary Obama, Ellen DeGeneres, and Rachel Maddow for her recent Grammy win in 2013. I mean, my gosh, what an acknowledgement, what an honor to win that Grammy, I'm sure.
It is.
So 6 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow with us. And David, why don't you go ahead and say what you wanted to say before I close the show?
I would like to give a special shout-out to a local listener. Her name is Shirley. And I want to say thank you for listening tonight.
Well, that's sweet. Yes, thank you, Shirley, and to everyone else that joins us for our shows. We really appreciate it, because without the listeners, we wouldn't have a show, just me and David talking to each other.
That's right.
And then, of course, thanks to all of our guests that we've had. It's coming up very close to a year of having this show, and I can't believe how much time has flown by. November 10th will be our 1-year anniversary, and it's just, wow, where did it go?
Yep.
And we've spoken to so many people. My gosh.
Yep, we have spoken to so many people.
And we are working for a special show. David is reaching out to some people, and we're working on a special show for November 10th that you won't want to miss. So be sure to follow us on Blog Talk Radio, and they'll send you an email every time we, have a guest scheduled. Also, we tweet out who we are going to have on. So follow us on Twitter at Take-Two Radio with the number 2. And you can follow David and my other co-host, Sabina, at Take-Two Radio Crew. Check out the website for upcoming guests, previous podcasts, and more. We have the All My Children and One Life to Live episodes on there. And that's at Take2Radio.com, again with the number 2. And I think our 1-year anniversary show is going to be a good one. What do you think?
Yep. Oh, yeah. More than you realize there, Mrs. But
more than I realize?
Yes, more than you realize.
Are you teasing me with stuff and not telling me things? That's okay.
I have no definites yet for you.
Okay. Well, let me tell you this. Normally I don't like surprises, but these kinds of surprises I like. So go ahead and knock your socks off.
Well, I want this... consider part of this as my labor of love to you for this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, you've done a lot. A lot of people don't know what David does behind the scenes. So, I'm not the only one getting guests. He has also gotten some of the guests that have been on our show. And we Skype all the time, and we work together. So I appreciate all the time that you spend helping the show out, David.
Oh, I love it. It's just, it's not work. It's just a dream come true for me. So I'm
so happy I could help you with that. You don't even know. I never thought I'd be doing this. and that's something you always want to do, and I never thought I'd be doing this in a million years. This is not something that I set out to do, go to school for, take classes, anything like that. It just happened accidentally, being a co-host on another show, and then that changed, and I started my own show. Now I have 2 shows, and I'm like, okay, how did all this happen? When you sit back and think about it, how did this all happen? How did I get here? I was just a fan calling into shows all the time, and either talking with the host about soaps, or if they had a guest, talking with the guest. And now here I am doing this with you. Yay!
Yay!
I wouldn't change a thing. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the short interview with Hartley. We do appreciate him taking time to be with us, even if it was for a short amount of time. And we will see you again at 6 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Everybody have a good night, and God bless.
God bless everyone.
Thanks, David. Good night.
Good night.